o Inside Xbox diretamente da BGS 2015. Dessa vez eu vou conversar com o Quinn Delhoyo, que é membro da 343, está fazendo Halo 5. Hello, thank you.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm fine, thank you. I have a question here. I receive a lot of messages from the audience asking something about the Master Chief Collection and the issues you have with the multiplayer. So, what 343 is doing to avoid any kind of problem with the multiplayer of Halo 5?
Yeah, so we take multiplayer completely seriously when it came to, Halo, and Halo 5 Guardians was no different. And what we've done is, like, one of the things we're really proud of is that we had our multiplayer beta that we had come out in December and January earlier this year. And that was an awesome beta because it gave us so much feedback, and we found so many things that we needed to fix and feedback from players. And it was great because it was a real beta. It wasn't a demo or anything. It was early in the process of making the game. And so we were able to act on lots of feedback. And then since the beta, we've done tons of internal betas, and everything has been going really well. And we are very confident and super proud of what we're going to have come out on October 27th in regards to multiplayer and people playing our game.
Perfect. First, you guys called Master Chief a traitor. Now you're saying he's dead. Does the fan need to be prepared for the worst?
So, I don't want to give everything away.
Of course not.
No, that's
Me neither.
not.
I don't want to know.
That's not why we're here on the show right now, is to give everything away, right? But yeah, so the Master Chief, he's basically been reunited with his brothers and sisters of Blue Team, and due to the mysterious threats throughout the galaxy, they've disappeared, which causes people to question their loyalty. Why did they go? Where did they go? What are we, how are we going to find where the Master Chief went? And so that's where Spartan Locke and Fireteam Osiris come in. They've been tasked to hunt the Chief down, to find the Chief, and to see what is going on. Because the Chief, he's gone AWOL, he's gone missing. And so that's kind of where Halo 5 Guardians picks up. And that's the great thing about it, is that we've got these characters, and their stories are going to interweave throughout the process of playing the game.
No spoilers. So you were showing Warzone here at BGS. Can you explain the details of this new mode and how many players at once in Warzone?
So Warzone is our brand new epic scale multiplayer experience that takes everything that's great about Halo, namely like what you played it, yeah, namely like the weapons and the vehicles and the AI and all these things of two teams of 12. So a team of 12 players and another team of 12 players. They're going to go head to head on these massive maps that are 4 times the size of any previous Halo multiplayer map.
And it's probably the most fun multiplayer mode in Halo I ever played. Yeah.
Awesome. That's the plan.
Yeah. And can we practice against bots before jumping to the real thing in Warzone? Do you have bots in Warzone?
So we have AI opponents, deadly AI opponents, and players in every session. They're going to be fighting dozens of these AI opponents.
Can I practice against these bots?
I mean, practice. No, I mean every time you play a match, you pretty much are going to. There's going to be 2 teams of 12.
Okay.
So the best. This was awesome about Warzone.
So no practice.
No. So this is how you practice, is when you go into Warzone, this really speaks volumes to how good it is there's players that'll go in there and they'll ignore the AI. They're like, no, I want to kill players.
Okay.
And they're going to seek out players and go get them. And then if you want to be the practicing type, you could avoid other players almost altogether, because we have AI that pop up throughout these environments. And they range in difficulty. Some are easier, some are difficult, and some are bosses. And the bosses are great because it brings in almost like this campaign type element to multiplayer that you just don't see in games. And that's like a huge thing to me in Warzone is if I want to play, me and you, it's like, hey, there's a boss coming. Let's go get the boss. Let's go on our own little quest.
In the middle of the battle?
In the middle of the battle. And so we can go and we could battle this boss and try to take this boss down. And a lot of times the other team does show up to kill the boss too. And that's where it gets interesting. You're like, Quinn, you kill the other guys, and I'm going to focus on the boss. And that's where you almost get this, it's strategy, but it's cooperative. It's almost like this co-op element in multiplayer.
Wow. So how many maps are available in the multiplayer of Halo 5? We know it's 21 at the launch, right?
Yep, 21 at launch.
And how many more that's DLC?
So we're going to have over 15 more.
Whoa.
All for free, months after launch.
Perfect. And what about the Forge? What's new about it?
What isn't new about Forge? Forge, we announced this past week all these new features that are coming out with Forge. And we've got, basically we now have terrain. We have these pieces that players can take and use for terrain, and they could lift it up above the ground and over the ground and all these things, and it basically maps the same texture, so you can create your own terrain essentially. So in previous Halos, in Forge, you had to build with whatever terrain is there. Now, because we have all these pieces, you could basically create your own terrain. Do you want this? Do you want to be a ditch there? Do you want this to be a mountain? You could even do underground caverns in Forge, which you couldn't do before. We also have, like, you have all these colors. You can color all your objects. We've got all sorts of different lighting options. You can group objects. I mean, we can get really in the weeds of Forge, but basically Forge is a major overhaul from previous Halos, and we're excited for it because it's going to let our users create tons of awesome content maps that we're just gonna, that we'll probably have to use and put into the multiplayer so people play with.
And of course, the creations from the players can be exchanged between other players. So I can download your maps, for example.
Yeah, so that's something that we're going to talk about at another time. That's our file sharing.
Okay.
But mainly when we're talking about Forge, yeah, you can create all your maps and everything, and then you could play with your friends. We go into custom game, we could play with them, and then if they become deemed popular, because we're going to keep our ears close to the ground of what is really popular, and then we'll take those maps and we'll put them in multiplayer for everyone to play with, which is a really awesome thing for the game.
When can we put our hands in this beauty?
On Halo 5 Guardians?
Yeah, of course.
Dude, so Halo 5 Guardians is an awesome game. We're really excited for it, and it's going to launch October 27th, and that's just in 18 days, so get ready.
Thank you so much. É isso aí, gente. A gente continua diretamente aqui da BGS 2015.